Hello friends, welcome to the channel. Let's talk about story where we discuss movies, books, video games. First I want to start off with a quick apology. Last week, didn't get a video out. Life got in the way. So I do apologize for that. That being said, um, I apologize. I'm going to try to get a couple videos out this week. I wanted to discuss the show Moon Knight, as well as I want to talk about George R. R. Martin and Game of Thrones as well. There's been some recent blog posts that came out that I think bear discussing at least, and I kind of want to discuss my the series as a whole and sort of my relationship with that series. That being said, without further ado, this week we're going to be discussing Jade City by Fonda Lee. The intro, I like to read the intros of the books, and also let me know if that doesn't work for you. I did that with the last review, and I'm doing it again this week. But if it's something that annoys you, just let me know. One of my favorite YouTubers used to do something very, very similar, and he stopped doing it. Mike's Book Reviews, shout out to him. He's a bigger YouTuber than me, but if you want to see this done well, go check him out. That's something else I could probably do is talk about the different YouTubers I like. Most of them are pretty popular, but especially with this channel being so small right now, and most of my viewers being friends, maybe you're not aware of those people. So with that being said, the intro to Jade City. The Call family is one of two crime syndicates that control the island of Kecken. It's the only place in the world that produces rare magical jade, which grants those with the right training and heritage superhuman abilities. The Greenbone clans of honorable jade-wearing warriors once protected the island from foreign invasion. But nowadays, in a bustling post-war metropolis full of fast cars and foreign money, Greenbone families like the Calls are primarily involved in commerce, construction, and the everyday upkeep of the districts under their protection. When the simmering tension between the Calls and their greatest rivals erupts into open violence in the streets, the outcome of this clan war will determine the fate of all Greenbones and the future of Kecken itself. Alright, so this is definitely the setting, while relatively modern. I wouldn't say it's like I can't think of any scenes in the book where we saw cell phones, for instance, but it's definitely not a medieval setting. The two clans in question, you have the Mountain Clan, which they're pretty much the antagonists of this story, and various members of that clan. And I want to say right off, this book has a high body count. So, not George R. R. Martin level, but it's a pretty respectable body count. That being said, this book takes place from about four different characters' point of views. The first one being Lan, he's the leader of Nopi clan. He's very intelligent, but he has a big problem in that his wife recently left him for another man that I believe was also an outsider as well. And because of that, he's always got something to prove, I guess. While it isn't necessarily outright, there is some challenging of who he is and his authority because of that. His brother is Hilo, who's the horn of the clan, which means he's in control of the clan's muscle. And he is a lot more upfront. He's very different from his brother. He's very much in your face. He reminded me a lot of Sonny from the Godfather films. I couldn't draw a good parallel with Lamb, but definitely Hilo reminded me a lot of Sonny. He does have some nuance to him. If you didn't like that character, but there are times you don't like Hilo. He kind of grew on me a little. I wouldn't say he was my favorite character in this book, but definitely one. I enjoyed his chapters. I'll say that. The next was Shay, who is the younger sister to Lan and Hilo. And at the beginning of the book, she's just returning from having dated a foreigner, which is a big no-no in the clan. and because of that, she's kind of looked down upon as things happen. But she really is trying to divorce herself completely from the life within the family. But as things happen, she's kind of pulled back in the other direction. Um, and it's very interesting to see things from her point of view, because she did walk away from this life, and she did try to do something different. Uh, then there's Andon. And I want to say that the audiobook reader, because I read the audio, I switched between the book and the audiobook, and I believe the audio book reader might have called him Aiden, but his book is written as Andon. So he's the adopted grandson of Carl Sin, and he is in the academy, which the academy is where those people who can use Jade in the way that it's meant to be used, and to do all these amazing things. He's adopted by them, but she's the son. His mother, we find out early on. This isn't a big spoiler. She became addicted to Jade and went crazy, but she was also very powerful as well. But she had to. They basically, I believe, they had to put her down at one point. But she was this super powerful influence, and so that shadow kind of resides over him throughout this book. Another character whose point of view that we see is relatively early on is a character named by the name of Barrow. Now, Barrow is a minor street thief, and at the beginning of the book we see him trying to steal Jade from the big families, and without spoiling anything, he does make it through that experience, and we see his journey as well. The way the book ended for him, I got to see what happens next. He may even end up becoming a favorite because of what he's going through and what he does. That being said, let's hit the good, the bad, and the ugly. At least I can hit the good without thinking about it too very much. The fight scenes were great. The pacing was great. I like the characters. I like the character development. I will say some of the meetings, as far as bad goes, some things could have probably been cut a little bit shorter, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. As far as ugly goes, I haven't got any. This is a weird one. As I thought about this book, and I tried to look back and try to see what I didn't like. All I can say is, guys, give this book a read. It has been optioned by Peacock, I believe, for a television series. And this is the first book in a trilogy, so I will be moving to that trilogy next, as well as the same time as the trilogy to Rage of Dragons, which is Fires of Vengeance. So I'm going to be kind of double, I don't want to say double fisting because I don't want to get in trouble. I already did. I'm going to read 2 books right now, and as I finish them up, I'll be putting up reviews for both of those. But from what I understand, neither of these books are going to disappoint. I like both of the first books, so I'm going to continue doing the second books. As far as going forward, I already talked about I want to do the Moonlight, and I want to do the George R. R. Martin books. And the one thing I really want to do is I want to do a video. Probably either this week or next week, depending on how the schedule goes and work. I want to do a video about the worst book I ever read. So stay tuned for that. That being said, everybody, thank you very, very much for tuning in. And we will see you all next week.